Yo, happy now. Now is the vibrate. You know what I'm saying, Shun? Dunny. Now's the vibrate, Dunny. What's the dealio though, y'all? Uh, One of the things I'm seeing pop up a lot is the aspect of, you know, perfection and being in this imperfect world and just that message of us. We're not trying to fix the imperfections of this world. Like, that's not possible. It's about being at peace with, being at peace, balanced, and harmonized with the quote unquote imperfections of this, of this reality, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, also in connection with, relationships as well. And matter of fact, uh, just all lines up because it's quote unquote Valentine's Day, and I'm not getting into that whole aspect as far as like this of it. Check out Young Pharaoh channel on YouTube and check out his little breakdown of Valentine's Day and how Valentine was a pedophile who wrote a letter to the kid or something like that. And the whole holiday in essence is celebrating the pedophile, but to each his own. I'm not, whatever. If that's your thing, that's your thing, or whatever. Or if you don't know, however, whatever. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because again, it's about turning lemons into lemonade. Anyway, we should love ourselves. And matter of fact, that's another thing too. What this day should remind us of is not so much probably sharing love with somebody else, but also remembering the importance of loving ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But matter of fact, I'll be in New Orleans this weekend, y'all. So Saturday and Sunday, I'll be in New Orleans. Matter of fact, for the Brother Panic lecture. Matter of fact, and the lecture is gonna be about like the science of soulmates. So I'm ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, and also I'll be out there. So anybody in the New Orleans area, man, got some pieces that's gonna be out there. Tourmalated quartz, tourmaline facet. Got the tourmaline, got the graphic feldspar, also some palm tree wood. So anybody that's gonna be in New Orleans this weekend, you know what I'm saying, y'all could catch me in the flesh, you know what I'm saying, with some of the work. But I definitely be out there for the lecture this weekend again. And and again, it just all lines up on the aspect with relationships as well. With everything though, again, like the only perfect is, accepting ourselves, accepting our imperfections, you know what I'm saying? Again, and just the only perfect is being the best you, and being the best you is perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. We're not gonna fix, like we're not here to straighten a line that's gonna always remain crooked. You know what I'm saying? It's about how can I, balance and harmonize myself within a reality or illusion that, that has these different, polarities and these different aspects, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about trying to fix an imperfect world, because as above, so below. There's so many back and forth. Like every moment you killing something, you know what I'm saying? When you eating healthy, you killing unhealthy cells in your body. When you're eating unhealthy, you killing the healthy cells in your body. Like you're a murderer no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like every step you take, something is under your foot getting killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of this illusion. It's about, all right, how can I be the most balanced and harmonized, within this yin and yang, within the positive and negative, within, all these different, again, polarities. How can I be balanced, harmonized, and whole, you know what I'm saying? So, that's something too, again, because the bodysuit is a microcosmic representation of this world, world, WHIRL, like a whirlpool, like the world in a torus field, like that's the whole thing. Accepting, like, again, Like even within this body, there's so many like back and forth aspects, like taking in oxygen. You know what I'm saying? It actually, oxidation actually ages things. You know what I'm saying? Like, reason why iron rusts is because it's oxidized by iron. And to show you evidence of oxygen causing aging, why do you eat antioxidants? The anti version of oxidation. You know what I'm saying? Again, this battle got different little aspects, different polarities, like you got certain bacteria in your mouth and in your stomach, quote unquote bacteria. Some may be quote unquote from the negative aspect, from the positive aspect. It's about harmonizing all these aspects within us, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's about making peace with the imperfection. Shout out to John Legend song, All of Me. Give all of you something, give my all to me. All your perfect imperfections. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're dealing with right here. So there's no perfect relationship, you know what I'm saying, getting into this aspect. No, but I'll be back in Cali soon. I'm going back to Cali, but not yet. Still working out, still, again, just impatient, doing what I gotta do in this now moment, and things will present themselves as such, and then you'll see me back in Cali. But anyway, no perfect relationships, again, accepting all the perfect imperfections. But there's no relationship where, the people are always agreeing with each other. Think about, like, everybody, like, oh, you like that? I like that too. Kind of like Coming to America. You remember Coming to America? The reason why he went to Queens to look for a wife, because he didn't want no wife that's like everything you like. Oh, whatever you want, whatever you say. Oh, bark like a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, do that's not, and each his own on, what you would, want to see in a relationship. But again, like just talking of the reality of it, there is, no quote unquote perfect relationship. And show me a person, a husband or wife, two companions or two mates that never disagreed about anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have some type of little, disagreement, some type of little shadow boxing going on. That's another aspect. But again, always agreeing, always being positive. Like, again, it's about embracing positive and negative. That's something that I've been making sure I implement to my subconscious more and more, is to not be judgmental towards the negative, because the negative serves a purpose, and you know what I'm saying, is equally important as the positive. It's just, again, that aspect of us not staying in the negative, but allowing for it to exist without judgment. You know what I'm saying? Because it does serve a purpose. And as long as and again, I'm a relationship guru or none of this. I'm not the expert on any of these things. Which, though, at the same time, hey, maybe I put like this: what was an expert before they became an expert? They was once a novice as well too. You know what I'm saying? There was once somebody who studied whatever it is, or it came to them in some form or fashion. But so I'm not speaking from the platform of, hey, I'm the love doctor. None of that. I'm just, universal concepts. And in essence, again, everything, the universal laws, the hermetic principles, everything falls under that. In relationships as well, you know what I'm saying? Like, understanding the ebb and flow of things, And again, like that whole shadow boxing aspect, you know what I'm saying? Like, in a lot of cases, we're going to see each other's shadows. Like, that's what it's meant. It's meant for us to love all of our perfect imperfections. Like, I don't mind that, so-and-so stink up the fucking bathroom when they take a shit. It is what it is. Or you know, uh, your husband might have those ratchet toenails, you know what I'm saying, but you still love them, you know what I'm saying, like all those different things. Again, like it's embracing those imperfections and making sure that you're with somebody that loves you fully and wholly, you know what I'm saying, like that loves you for all of you and everything that you represent, from the positive and the negative, you know what I'm saying, like not just, again, just from the positive or just when things are up, you know what I'm saying, it's from the positive to the negative, you know what I'm saying, seeing again like the wholeness of the aspect. And as long as you're seeing constant growth, you know what I'm saying, and seeing constant growth through actions, you know what I'm saying, like not not just words.
Got to leave in the time zone?
What you got, my brother?
I just want to sit it right here.
Oh yeah, do your thing.
Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Seeing again, like seeing constant growth, but it's through actions, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, you're going to have those shadow boxing moments, those moments where disagreements come up, but it is like, if the end result is transformation, like where it may seem a little draining at first, but then the outcome is like transformation and growth, and y'all no longer constantly visiting that space, because you allow for it to come up, addressed it, you know what I'm saying, and got transformation out of it. But now if y'all constantly, like arguing in a way where y'all constantly draining each other, and one doesn't help the other, now again, if y'all both love that, just for, just saying the devil's advocate, just say, some people out there, whatever, to each his own, because again, at the end of the day, to each his own, whatever brings you, that alignment, whatever makes you feel,
Appreciate it.
no problem, whatever makes you feel good, you know what I'm saying? So again, the constant growth and through actions, not just words. Like I could be like, babe, I love you. Babe, I love you. What does my action say? Does my action say I love you first and foremost? If I can say, babe, I love you, do I love myself? You know what I'm saying? We say that casually, but it's a real thing to make sure that we love ourselves to the fullest, like tapping into our self-worth, and really, loving ourselves unconditionally no matter what. Hence with the past life regression and, like dealing with past lives, the inner child, inner mother, inner father is about forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always about forgiving those aspects. No judgment. But again, those shadow boxing aspects that come up, because again, we'll be waiting around for a long, forever for that quote unquote perfect. Like we always agree with each other. It's always, you know what I'm saying? Of course, as you constantly grow and transform, and even in that moment, y'all gonna have blissful moments, but there's also gonna be, the negative. Again, like, how could we understand this on a universal level, but then for relationships, look for just positivity without, negativity? It's gonna show up in relationships as well. It's about how we deal with it, you know what I'm saying? And if you and that person deal with it in a transformational way, you know what I'm saying, in a way that doesn't continuously drain, because again, we could be stressing ourselves due to comparing ourselves to so and so. They always smiling, like they, look at so and so together, man. Every time you see them on Instagram, on TV, or this and that, they always smiling, but you ain't seeing what's going on behind closed doors. Same situation with like people, with money. And that's not, again, we definitely not knocking money, abundance, is infinite. Abundance, money is energy. We have that infinite energy within, so it's gonna, be represented externally, and nothing is wrong with that. Just speaking on the aspect of, again, like how, some people you see, like, again, like Instagram, that's what social media has done too. It's like created the subconscious programming of like everything is always good in these people's lives, Hence why I feel the importance. Some may disagree, like to never do, like, some people may feel like you should never do videos when your energy is, like when you like you should only do videos from when you're in a place of light and never when you're going through darkness or going through things. And in some cases that, I've seen where that does hold true, but then a lot of times I'm like, bruh, you know, it's helpful subconscious programming for somebody to see a person, that speaks on these aspects of, spirituality and growth and how to deal with it, and then also see that, hey, they ain't just always, everything is just always like, oh man, shit, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? And again, that doesn't mean like I have to constantly make videos where I'm crying and like, you know what I'm saying? But, allowing for that side to be seen, because it does exist, and we are helping create that facade when we only like, hey, just show my right side, show my good side, like only the good side, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, just having that awareness. And again, you know, with that stress and all that, a lot of times things come from, trying to be, quote unquote, perfect. And again, even with this reality, it's not for us. Matter of fact, because I was listening to Alan Watts, video, and he was talking about like how they had this conference in LA about like how we gonna fix the world and shit like this, and then it's like where they all realized like they really didn't have no solution for it, and for the most part, it's just like embracing the imperfections and just dealing with yourself and allow for things, just being in alignment, harmonious with your soul, and just allow for things to, to go, just be from your moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, and allow for the homeostasis of things to play itself out, you know what I'm saying? But again, just that whole aspect of, oh, wait, shame my butt, yeah, not trying to make things perfect in an imperfect world, like in a world that's going to continuously be imperfect. Because again, I take in oxygen, I exhale oxygen. Neither one is good or bad, and it's realizing the balance and doing both of them. Because again, like I said, oxidation could be seen as positive or negative. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I got some good oxygen, but oxygen also causes the aging process. And again, the aging process, neither good or bad. There's a positive and negative to living forever. There's a positive and negative to having a temporary lifespan. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's within all that. Matter of fact, again, for those of y'all who just tuning in, I will be in New Orleans this weekend for the Brother Panic lecture. Matter of fact, again, speaking on soulmates and that whole other vibe, and again, I'll be out there with the pieces. So if you want to catch your piece, you know what I'm saying, face to face, definitely holler at me if you're in the New Orleans area. You're gonna be out there. Definitely have some goodies with me, and looking to get some goodies of my own too. But yeah. And this is a constant growth, you know what I'm saying? As I'm speaking this, I'm not speaking from and as I say about embracing imperfection, you see me, I'm the best and the perfect, and like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm constantly growing, constantly transforming myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, constantly making sure that, that I'm embracing the imperfection as well, realizing and to forgive myself, like, sometimes I talk a lot. It's one of my imperfections is that sometimes I talk a lot, embrace it, you know what I'm saying, and just be aware of it and don't let it get out of hand, you know what I'm saying, like that's the whole aspect, and for one addiction that you trade in, you're gonna find some type of addiction somewhere else, so it's just about balancing yourself out with quote unquote addictions that's helpful to you, because again, you could be addicted to meditation and never want to take take action where you just sitting down meditating all the time, you know what I'm saying? Are you addicted to being a go-getter, but you never really fall back and meditate? And all of them could be just as detrimental as smoking crack, you know what I'm saying? Just like eating sugar could be just as detrimental as smoking crack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you drink too much water. Water is a life-giving thing. You drink too much of that, you could kill yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, everything goes back to balance and harmonizing polarities, you know, and being at peace with the fact that this is a, you know, imperfect illusion, you know, two sides to one coin, everything interconnected. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Just saw Silver 2 message. Yeah, one summer in Alaska, and not when it's fucking winter time. Matter of fact, man, I could fucking take hot water, throw it in the air, and that shit will freeze before it hit the ground. Like, bruh, my goodness. But yeah, we winning wellness. What's up, Miss Key? Yeah, that's basically it, y'all. Just wanted to share that real quick. Again, like, and it's across the board. It's just realizing how to, you know, be balanced, harmonized, and whole. You know, within these polarities, within these imperfections. You know, like the only perfect is learning how to embrace imperfections. You know, like, you know, at least from my experience, my inner gnosis and, you know, external gnosis, it all kind of come back to, you know, that aspect of like learning how to accept that the negative exists with the positive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and whenever you try to hold things extremely in the positive and act like the negative don't exist, you know, that pendulum, the law of, I think it's vibration, the law of, you know, things cycling. You know, oh no, I forgot the law name, but the law that deals with cycles and everything. I think the law of rhythm, like everything has like an ebb and flow to it. You try to hold this pendulum on the positive side, you know, that's a universal law says that's a no-no, and that pendulum gonna swing to the other side. And just as much as you try to hold it on this side, that's how much it's gonna swing to the other side. So also be aware of that. And if you know, if you want to have extremes, you know, then, you know, that's up to you. But just understand that one extreme is gonna bring forward the other extreme. You know, but. You know, and with all this being said, to each his own on your journey, you know what I'm saying? Again, because at the end of the day, for one, like my vibe is about promoting self-empowerment, promoting the type of promoting the type of information and, you know, insight that'll help you be able to do you on your own without without having to depend on me or nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the end game. You know, because again, like the Christ energy, you know, what was the moral to one of the morals to the story, the symbolism of the Christ energy was to realize to not fucking, you know, like you don't have to go externally for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You know, it's written in your law that ye are gods. You know. So that's the whole aspect, and the whole crystalline or Christos energy is like, in essence, being balanced, like, you know, that child energy, like balance between mama and daddy, you know what I'm saying, between masculine and feminine, you know, and being childlike, you know, and lighthearted, you know, like that's the whole thing, like not taking ourselves too seriously, being lighthearted, being open to constantly learning and know that you don't know it all, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, because I get it, man. I done been through like you tap into certain little aspects, especially after some of my DMT trips. And I'm like, bro, I'm telling you. It's like, no, you still don't know it all. You know what I'm saying? Hence why, that's a part of this experience. You know, it's, growing and learning, and getting to a place of, knowing, yes, but, getting to a knowing but not knowing, not a know-it-all, you know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, I've heard Panic say it like that, like, yeah, you want to tap into knowing stuff, but, not not tapping into energy of feeling like you're a know-it-all or that you know it all, because that's when you block, because how a know-it-all has nothing else to learn, so know-it-all knows it all. So they're going to block any information, any growth, any insight that's going to cause transformation going to be blocked because they know it all. And we all done been through that, but, we definitely got to be open to constantly learning, constantly growing, no preconceived notions. And matter of fact, like right now, the importance of visualizations and feelings, like again, emotions are very important because emotions, like again, like positive and negative, it's a meter, like, you know what I'm saying? Negative emotions allow for you to know that you really don't fuck with that, or, like that ain't something you like, so you could align with something that you do like, so it's a blessing to experience, certain negative aspects because it's like a marker, you know what I'm saying? Everything is like a marker, you know what I'm saying? In that sense of, a marker for energetic representation of some archetypical energy, some type of symbol for something, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah. It's, Juan Key, that's how you say it, my brother. What's up? Peace, peace. RDLS 92, Todd Shiva, Greg. Oh, wait, yeah, Greg Glory G. Public Figure Brand, Mr. Wilson. What's up, y'all? Somebody's bus about to soon pull up, though. Wonk Key. All right. But yeah, y'all. And that's what I was going to say, tapping into the visualizations and feeling like, one thing I can say that, again, like as far as like alignment and manifestation within my reality is that aspect of like seeing something that's already done and feeling that energy, like visualize seeing a manifestation is already done, like instead of, again, like the who, when, how, and where, like how I'm gonna get, this abundance, or how I'm gonna do this, or how I'm gonna do that. Just visualize it. Visualize the finished product, and more so importantly, visualize it as vivid as possible, and feel the feeling that you will feel as vivid as possible. And I mean, if you see the visualizations, you'll get like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like visualizing, again, like whatever it is that you want to align with, and realize, and taking yourself from out of that wanting and desire place, in the sense of like, all right, if you do quote unquote want it, then operate as if you already have it, visualize it, feel that emotion, and fall back, you know what I'm saying? And again, what we create is the vibration that's going on within. It ain't just about, those that visualization aspect, is also operating as if it already happened. So if I visualize a home, I shouldn't be taking actions or doing things that's a representation of being scared and fearful that this won't manifest. I gotta say, hey, it's already done. So I'm gonna just be in my now and just work on whatever I'm inspired to do. Again, taking inspired action, you know what I'm saying? Actions due to being inspired by my inner being, you know what I'm saying? And just be fully present in my now, and, whatever I'm inspired to do in my now, trust that it'll take me to that finished product of what I visualize, you know what I'm saying? But, and again, it just takes constant practice. It's only as hard as we make it, only as easy as we make it, you know what I'm saying? So, because if, oh man, that's hard, bro, then, then it's gonna be quote unquote hard, you know what I'm saying? Like you just called it, you know what I'm saying? At first was the word, and the word is God, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, that coming out of their own little Bible scriptures, you know, your words manifest your reality, you know what I'm saying? So if you feel like it's that hard to align with that, then yes, it will be that hard. If you feel, you know what I'm saying? And again, you could say things on a conscious level, but it's what you was plugged into your subconscious. Like, subconsciously, do you believe and know that you could, align with certain things? And if not, you got to make sure you're doing the subconscious work to align with these things. You know, what's up, Miss Andrea? Fisher, Maya, Watkins, what's up, Mr. Nobody One, what's up? It's that aspect of like, like I already won, I'm already a winner, you know, and as you say, I already won, I'm already a winner. That doesn't mean like, all right, now I could just sit down and not do anything, and everything non-physical do everything for me. No, you still take action, but it's action due to inspiration. It's like falling back, and that's where, again, tapping into meditation, for the most part, is very medicinal. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, medicinally using meditation to clear the mind, make sure, you ain't got no thoughts just blah, 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 you know what I'm saying, to the best of your ability. And then, allow to see, where you go from there, like what inspirations come up, and a lot of times after, again, clearing your mind, coming from a meditative state, a lot of inspirations and impulses will be coming from, that higher aspect of your being. And also, you know, trusting, and because you could get scared, like don't be scared to make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you went on the impulse and seemed like it wasn't in alignment, like, assess the situation. That's where journaling come in, you know what I'm saying, where you can see like, all right, when I had this thought or whatever, it lined up like this, that, or A and the B, so I remember that feeling, you know what I'm saying? Because again, also like really remembering those moments and those feelings, and having gratitude for the awareness to be able to peep out these energies, you know what I'm saying? But look, here come my bus right here, so I'm out, y'all. See y'all in New Orleans this weekend,